This podcast, like many creative projects, started in 2020 when the world was on lockdown. Home alone, I wondered how friends across the globe were faring, so I reached out to them. I realized that we're kindred spirits because many of us have made major moves to other countries or across the U.S. We believe that travel is transformative, that some journeys are essential, that change can be challenging. It can lead to a new life or the fulfillment of old dreams. In the first 2 seasons, guests shared insider tips on where to experience beauty and adventure in Spain, Morocco, France, Italy, Switzerland, Dubai, Thailand, California, Oregon, New Orleans, Las Vegas, and Florida. Now that the world is wide open again, we're starting this season with my most recent travels. A return trip to Morocco, where I led a writing retreat, and jaunts to Denver, Palm Springs, LA, and Key West. We'll also take trips with a park ranger to Kenya and beyond. Join our community of explorers and don't miss an episode by hitting the subscribe button. Let's go. Mention Morocco, and most people think of camel caravans in the Sahara Desert, Rick's Place in Casablanca, or maybe Cafe Hoffa, or other Tangier hangouts of beat poets, the Beatles, or Anthony Bourdain. Thanks to Instagram, maybe you've seen Chef Shawan, the Blue City. But Morocco also has Meknes, the Green City, and Tetuan, the White Dove, 2 of the country's 9 UNESCO World Heritage sites. The United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization has also listed must-sees at Volubilis, where there are Roman ruins, the massive Medina of Fez, and Qasr of 8 Ben Haddou. The latter, a fortified sub-Saharan village, is located in the province of Ouarzazate, door of the desert. Here, Lawrence of Arabia, Cleopatra, Queen of the Desert, Jesus of Nazareth, the Mummy, Game of Thrones, and Gladiator were made. It was exciting last month to see production of Gladiator 2 underway. There's something about Morocco that makes an ordinary life suddenly feel epic too. Of the 27 countries I've explored, no other brims with more exquisite beauty, Indiana Jones-sized adventures, exotic surprises, or creativity than Morocco. No wonder it has bemused and been a muse for many. Edith Wharton, Truman Capote, Josephine Baker, Tennessee Williams, Orson Welles, Alfred Hitchcock, Jimi Hendrix, Cat Stevens, and Bob Marley, just to name a few. Whether mule trekking in the high Atlas, exploring the Dodi's Valley, feeding monkeys en route to Little Switzerland, or watching sunsets from the Rif Mountains to Essaouira, another UNESCO heritage site once known as Mogador, or the port of Timbuktu. Life is experienced in Technicolor, and every sense is on high alert. Check out Season 1, Episode 2 for more on this one-of-a-kind country. Today, we're focusing on another UNESCO site, the Marrakesh Medina. The Red City was my home for 2 years, and it's still my home base for exploring the country. Since 2014, I feature multiple properties in Marrakesh on my blog, Southern Girl Gone Global, from regal riads to iconic resorts to boutique hotels. Each has a distinctive character, an alchemy that makes it unique. Many seeking an authentic experience choose riads built in the old city, which dates back to the 1st century. These guest houses, once homes of wealthy families, are in the midst of local residences, souks, and Gemma El Fanai Square, the largest open-air market in Africa. But with more than 1,000 riads within the Medina walls, how does one choose? I love discovering the essence of a place and the people who are the brand. Today, discover with me Riad Luciano and meet a new Moroccan friend living the expat life in Switzerland. everybody, and welcome to the 2023 season of Travel People. It's been a while. I'm so glad to be back. And of course, it's probably no surprise that I'm going to start with the country of Morocco to begin, and particularly the city of Marrakesh, where I lived from 2014 to 2016, returned in 2018, and just recently went this summer to a beautiful riad called Riad Luciano that is located in Marrakesh, my favorite city. And through that experience, it was just wonderful. I'm going to talk more about it, show you videos and photos, but I also want you to meet the lady that created with her husband this haven for people. So, and I just highly recommend if you get the chance to go. And I think you'll see why this is such an interesting place. But I want to introduce Laila. And Laila, I want you to say your last name.
Laila Krattiger.
Yeah. She says it so beautifully. I will not let my Southern accent mess that up. But yeah, and you know, it's so funny. Before I even went, I looked around online. I've stayed in lots of different places and written about them on the blog. And I just wanted something different and special. I only had a couple of days that I would be on my own. The rest of the time I was teaching a writing retreat, which was a great experience because I got to, you know, actually gather 6 women from the US from 3 different states, and they got to experience Morocco with me. But I had a little time, just a little window of time for myself. And this is the first place I went. I looked at a lot of places, but I think I loved it because of the Italian influence, the Moroccan influence. And then once I talked to Laila on WhatsApp, I mean, we just one afternoon just talked for a long time and just immediately clicked. And I thought, oh my goodness, this is going to be such a great experience. And it was. So Laila, just tell me a little bit about when you all bought this place and, you know, the process you went through to choose Riad Luciano.
Well, in the beginning, my husband and we decided, because my husband is Swiss and he just loved Marrakesh. And we decided to buy a holiday house in Marrakesh. And then we were talking to a friend of ours about the idea. And this friend, they also love Marrakesh. And they say, if you buy a house, we will buy a house close to you, next to you. Because we were always in holiday all together. We have kids in the same age and we were traveling everywhere together. They say, if you buy one house there, we will buy the house close to you. And then why should we buy 2 houses? Then they come with the idea about Riyadh in Marrakesh. And to be honest, even I'm from Morocco, I didn't know what is Riyadh. I never been in Riyadh before. So I went there in year 2017 with my friend. She's Swiss. And we were visiting like 22 Riyadh before we decide which one we want to buy. And the experience was just amazing because I didn't understand my feeling in that moment. Like I say, I visit so many Riyadh and sometimes I just go inside, open the door, get in and just, no, I don't want even to continue the visit because something disturbing me and I didn't really understand what was that. Then I was talking to Marrakesh people and they explained to me that the Riyadh are very old houses. When a rich man married 4 women. And 4 women with many kids, so they live in Riyadh. And if, like you see, you visit so many Riyadh, you never found a window from outside. Right. Because in that time, the women, they can't go out. So they had everything inside, but they cannot open a window and look the street, for example.
Right.
And they say that all this Riyadh now, they have some energy inside. Or you like it or you hate it. That's it. You go in, it can be a pretty place, what happened to me in this 22 visit, but something is wrong until I arrived to Riad Luciano. The area, Dar el Basha, was the priority of the area where we want to go. It was Dar el Basha. Of course, it's the best area in the Medina of Marrakesh. We have the security of the palace, we have all the museum, we have the square Jamal Fna, just 10-minute walk from Riad Luciano. And now we have even the famous cafe Dar el Basha, is the best cafe in the world. They just opened it now new. And that's why we choose Riad Luciano.
Yes.
And that's how we come to Riad Luciano.
It absolutely is my favorite area of the Medina. I love the shops there. I love the fact that there is the palace there. It's so close. It's so close to everything.
Close to everything, and also security. Because in the Medina, I visit many other riad that they are really in the small street, and sometimes for me it's okay. I'm from Morocco, it's fine. But I was thinking about my husband, Swiss, and my kids and my friend that they are Swiss, and maybe they will not be sure to walk in the night, for example. We didn't buy Riad Luciano to open it for tourists. The idea was in the beginning, it's just for us, for holiday. And the security of my kids, of my husband, of our friend that they bought the Riad with us, was very important for me. I am from Morocco. I don't mind. I can speak the language. I know how to talk to the people. But for my friend and my family, it was very important to have an area with high security. And Dar el Basha is just the best area for that.
Yes. And I love the area. It feels safe. It's beautiful. It's there's so much there.
To everything. You just go out from the Riyadh and you are in the middle of the Medina. You walk Jamal Fna, just 10 minutes. In this way, for 10 minutes, you visit le Jardin Secret, the museum, Madrasat Ben Youssef. They open it new now. The palace of Dar el Basha, the museum, the best cafe, like I say, the best cafe from the world. Well, okay.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I love that location. I love to shop in that area. And what people have to realize is that the Medina, because it was built in like the 1st century, you're not going to pull up to the door. You're going to have to get out of the taxi, walk. And what I love was that your staff, a staff member came to walk me there, and that made me feel good, and to show me, it wasn't hard to find, but it was good because he pointed out things and said, showed me things so that I could do this on my own.
Yeah.
But that you talked about, you saw so many, and some gave you not such a good feeling, and that was something I noticed the minute I walked into your place. It was a feeling of warmth. The people were so kind. They were so hospitality is amazing in Morocco and in Marrakesh, but this to me went beyond that. The people there, I felt like there was a family feel.
Yes.
And the staff really, they treat each other with respect, as well as the guest, and make you feel at home. And so for a woman, especially a solo traveler, because I have lots of friends that solo travel, this is the kind of place that you go and you really feel
safe,
taken care of and safe.
Yes. And it was not easy, in the beginning. When I opened the Riad Luciano for the first time for the public, it was exactly 9 January 2020. And at that time, I had another staff. And it was not so easy because I come with my Swiss mentality that I want everything to be perfect. Everything have to be good organized, and it's been 23 years that I'm away from Morocco, so I'm not anymore 100 Moroccan, I'm 50-50.
Right, right.
And it was really not easy to find a staff like a family, and that was my wish. I didn't want to have a staff that they come just for work for the money.
Right.
Is for me the more important, and what I say to my staff is to show our culture, to show our warmness, hospitality. And during the pandemic, that it helped, it was bad and good. The pandemic, like I say, I opened 9 January 2020, just 2 months before the COVID.
Yeah. Oh my.
I arrived in the bad time, but okay. In the beginning, it was just a shock for me. I really didn't understand what happened. How come? I just come back to the tourists, open a hotel, try to do everything perfect, and what happened? We close everything. The airport, the hotels, we cannot go out. I was really in shock. I was saying, something is wrong. What I make wrong? I'm dreaming. It cannot be happen like that. But luckily, it doesn't take me too long time, because I'm a person who try to take always the positive for everything.
Yes.
So I say, okay, it's the pandemic. It's everybody have the same situation.
Yes.
Everybody cannot go out and cannot travel. It's not only me. Let's take advantage of the pandemic. And there, in that time, I found my team,
Yes.
the team that you meet last time.
And they were amazing. And they, I had the misfortune of my luggage didn't arrive. And this has never happened. I'm very fortunate because I've traveled to 27 countries and I've never lost my luggage before. So this was a new thing. And, but they, loaned me, the adapter, all these things that, just were so kind, and even helped me, get in touch with the airport.
Yeah.
And even after I left, even, check to see, did I get my luggage, and just so kind. When I ate meals on the rooftop, I'm used to traveling solo, but I love the fact that lady who was there at the Riad, that her name in English means smiley. She was so kind, and she, ate with me, which was nice, because it's nice sometimes to have somebody say, would you like me to join you? And I love that. And the whole staff was great. They were all great.
The advantage is that we have only 8 rooms in Riad Luciano, and that is the difference between a hotel and a Riad.
Yes.
We do that to every guest they come to us, because as soon as we get a reservation for someone, someone of the team take care of this reservation, and he's responsible to go pick him up, be sure that he get everything since they arrive to the airport until they go back to the airport. My team, they focus of be happy and relax and get everything what you want, clear, warm like Morocco, and precise like Switzerland.
Yes, yes. And that was the big draw. That was another big draw. Now, I love the Italian flavor because Italy was one of the countries that I've spent a lot of time in. But also I think it was my very first trip to Europe, which was many, many years ago. I think it was 1991, maybe. We stayed I had students with me, and we stayed actually at a Swiss hotel that trained hospitality staff. So, they were very precise and everything was very perfect. And I thought, oh my goodness. Yeah, it was so clean and beautiful up in the Alps. It was near Lake Lucerne. But yeah, that's what I really loved. And I did also talk to some people staying there, a British couple, and they were saying at Luciano how, they just wanted to relax. They loved that space, just to not have this busy agenda of, going. They wanted to just slow down, and that was the perfect place to do it.
And it's amazing how you can be outside in the Medina, just few walk and you are in the middle of everything.
Everything.
Is everything,
Yeah.
colors, noises, everything. And you open the door of Riad Luciano, you go in, you close the door, and you hear nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, all
Only
you
the
hear
birds.
are the birds that, because
The birds.
the
And that's why
Riyadh.
I have my logo with the birds.
Yes, and that's something that I'll show, because when you go up, the rooftop, I mean, it's all open. That's what I love about Riyadh is that
Yeah.
you look up when you're in that pool behind you and you see the sky and you
Yeah.
hear the birds. But that's
And
all.
that was the more important things why we bought Riad Luciano, because like I say, it was more for family. So I need to have place open that the kids they could play. And I visit so many Riyadh that they had so many rooms. Like if you see Riad Luciano, it's big, but have only 8 rooms.
Yes.
But that's why we have space for our guests to be in the fountain patio, or to be in close to the pool, or in the living room.
Yes.
And many other Riyadh, they just want to have many rooms to sell, and then you don't have any place to live. It's just the room and you go outside. And Riad Luciano have no room in the first floor. In the ground floor, we don't have rooms, because I also sometime when I don't have place in Riad Luciano, now when I go to Marrakesh, I go somewhere else. And in the ground floor, you hear the people when they are outside talking. It's not the same experience.
Right. And that I was in the Sultan Suite, which I will show. Absolutely beautiful. I really believe that was the biggest room I probably ever stayed in. I mean, it is a huge room, and there's a huge like couch bed. I mean, you could easily put 4 people in that room, and it had its own little terrace with its own little courtyard, and just really a lovely space. The food was great. It was all wonderful. So we mentioned now. So one of the things that I think is such a luxury there, and I know you part of what you do is you set up experiences for people. And so one of those I want to mention just first is because you actually have a place that people can get massages and things there in the Riyadh. But just tell them a little bit about what a hammam is, because so many people don't know, and this is such a luxury that most of the world knows nothing about.
Well, I will tell you the story about this hammam. It's so funny. I had a neighbor. Well, I still have him. A neighbor who have Riyadh just in the same street. He's from Germany and he's architect. And do you know Europa Park? Europa Park in Germany is very famous park there, and he was the architect from this place. And in that time when Riad Luciano was private, he had his birthday, and I invite him to come to make spa in my hammam. And he came, and then when he finished, he said that he didn't like the design of my hammam. I was really disappointed. I said, how I give present, and he said he don't like. And then when we open Riad Luciano for the tourists and come the pandemic, we close. So I call him, you don't have job right now. He said, no, we don't have job. I said, now is the time for you to realize your hammam at Riad Luciano.
That.
And he really made a good job. He was the one who designed. Imagine he's in Germany. I'm in Switzerland. Morocco, we cannot go in. I bought the marble from Italy, and this come the lockdown. I cannot bring it to Morocco. I had to keep it there. But in the end, you see how my hammam look like.
Yes. And just tell people that don't even really know what we're talking about. What happens when a person gets a hammam?
Well, with the heat of the hammam, your skin get like open a little bit, and the dry skin go out. The black soaps.
Yes. Yes.
That help your skin with the smoke of the hot water, make your skin open. And then when they scratch the skin, all the dead skin go out.
They use
Sometimes the people, they
exfoliating
get
mitts.
scared. They say, what is that? What's going for my skin? It's not for the skin. It's for that what you use. I say, no, this is your skin.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that is the hammam. Because I've been in Turkey, for example, and they have also Turkish hammam, and it's not the same. They have more smoke in the hammam.
Yeah, they get your skin soft, and they use the mitts, and then
Yes.
they exfoliate every part of you, and
Exactly.
they will wash your hair.
Yes.
And I love the smells.
Argan.
The argan oil, and also I love the smell of the orange blossoms.
Yes.
On the orange trees. To me, whenever I smell orange blossoms, I think of Marrakesh. And figs too. I think that's another scent, that I love. But yeah, it's such a luxurious experience because they get all this dead skin off, and somebody literally, is doing this. You don't do it, they do it. And then they, will take water and pour it over you and wash your hair.
That's what my husband loved in Marrakesh. He said, even to wash me, I don't have to do it myself.
I know. I mean, it's so great to be adults, and we get, because we do this to our children, but to let somebody, just pamper you like that. And then the oils they put on, and the lotions, and you just leave, you just can't believe how, soft and smooth your skin.
Baby skin, we call it.
Yes, which I've always thought, so many Moroccans have such beautiful skin. And I think that's I don't understand why we don't do this world over. This should be a practice,
We do it once in the week. I'm still doing it even here in Switzerland. One in the week, I have to make my hammam.
Oh yeah, because that's everyone I knew there. It was a weekly thing for sure. Are there other places that you arrange or you recommend people go when they come to Marrakesh, or is there anything else about Marrakesh you think is the absolute must do, must see?
Yes, of course. Marrakesh has so many things to offer, and basic to the feedback for my guests that they try all my excursion. You see the picture I sent to you is show when I was trying all the excursion that I want to make my guests trying.
Yes.
We have so many excursion that we can organize. Just visit our website www.riadluciano.com, and you can see all the activity that we offer. I give an example. For example, the hot balloon experience. Did you try it?
No, tell me about that. What is that?
Hot balloon experience. I tried it already in Dubai. I tried it in Turkey, but it's not the same like the one in Marrakesh. They will come to pick you up very early in the morning before the sunshine, and you fly.
Oh, I wanted to do that. I wanted to do that, and
It's amazing experience. And then you see the sunshine of the Red City. It's just wow, how it looks with the colors, with the sun, the morning sun, with the red city. It's amazing experience. What's make the experience more special, not like Dubai or Turkey, is that when you come down, you arrive in a Berber family. And the Berber family, they prepare a breakfast, traditional Berber breakfast for you, and you can see how they do. You can do the ride camel. It's just amazing experience. All my guests, they just love this experience, the hot balloon. Don't forget that also we have the golf in Marrakesh, and I love the golf. And in Marrakesh we have several golf courses, and I think we have more than 20.
Oh wow.
Yes. And I know that American people, they like to play golf.
Yes, they do. They certainly do.
Contact me.
That's exactly. You'll hook them up with the golf course.
The Berber that they are in Marrakesh, and the Berber where you have your hug behind are not the same. The Berber of Marrakesh are we call them the Big Atlas. The Berber from the Big Atlas. That what you have behind is coming for the Middle Atlas.
Okay.
It's a different Berber. You've been in Fez.
I've been in Fez.
This is the Middle Atlas.
Middle Atlas. Okay.
Yes, Fez, Meknes, Ifran, all this is the Middle Atlas, where I come from.
Would you, that's right. What is your town that you were born in? Where are you from?
I'm from Morocco. I am from Azrou, a small village called Azrou in the middle of the Atlas.
Oh, okay. I do remember somebody told me that maybe they don't still do this, but at one time the women would wear them, like when they got married, they would wear them. Or...
Yes, yes. You know, when a woman gets married in Morocco, she has to change her dress 7 times.
Wow.
And the 7 dress is the 7 canton or the 7 unit, like you say in unit in USA.
Yes.
7 unit of Morocco. So any region have a special dress for the wedding. And the Berber dress from the Middle Atlas is the one that you say that they put something in the head and they bring everywhere, like the you have behind you.
Yeah.
It has to be bindi.
Did you get married in Morocco or in Switzerland?
No. I get married in Switzerland. I didn't have my wedding in Morocco. I wish that one of my daughters get married in Morocco, that I can see that.
Yes. And are you planning when your children are grown, do you think at some point you may move back to Morocco or just vacation?
Moving back to Morocco, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Staying always in Switzerland, I don't think so. So I think that the two cultures are fighting in the moment. And I don't know exactly where or what I belong to. I think I belong to no country. I'm a traveling lady. I like to travel. I like to discover. I like to see something new. But, you know, Switzerland, Morocco is just like 3 hours fly. So I can be there and come back here. In the winter, for example, I will be in Morocco. I don't like the cold of Switzerland.
Sure.
What I miss in Morocco, of course, my family every day. I miss always my family. I miss the warmness of or hospitality of the people. I miss the smells. I miss the colors. I miss the action that we have in Morocco. But when I go to Morocco after 2 weeks, I miss Switzerland. Then I need my time out. I want to be in the green. It's like that when you travel, when you live in another culture, you know. I come from another culture. I live half of my life now in a new culture.
Right.
So that's what makes my mind also special.
Sure.
I don't think that I'm Moroccan anymore. It's been a long time that I'm away, and I will never be Swiss 100% because I'm not Swiss. So I'm 50-50.
Yes, I do understand that. I only lived outside my culture for 3 years, 2 in Morocco, 1 in the Caribbean. But I do think I had friends warn me that, you know, once you do that, nowhere is going to feel really like home once did.
Yeah.
And that's very true. I mean,
Yeah.
I feel at home now wherever I am, like when my children are grown. But if we recently went out to LA and we went to Palm Springs, and anytime I'm with them, they feel like home to me.
Yeah.
But as far as a physical place, not so much anymore, because I love to travel too. So.
Yeah. Well, that is the advantage when you travel a lot, and when you love to travel. It's just with the time you feel like I don't belong to any country. I belong to this planet. I can go everywhere and discover the world, discover another culture, another religion, another, I don't know, people.
Right.
Learning new language. I love to learn another languages, for example.
Right. How did you end up in Switzerland? How did that happen?
When my grandparents, when I was 21 years old, I think all these 21 years that I spent in Morocco, I was always talking about, I want to travel, I want to travel, I want to go out, I want to go out from Morocco. And with 21 years old, I could travel alone for the first time. And my grandparents, they offered me this opportunity. And I also have two aunties in Geneva that they still living in Geneva. So I came to Switzerland to visit them and to spend 2 months in Switzerland. And after 1 week, I found my love and I never go back.
Oh, that's wonderful. I love that story.
Yes, no, and I really love Switzerland. I love this country. I love the difference between my country and this country. And I think that's why I like to stay in Switzerland, because it's just the opposite. Everything is the opposite. Being in the time in Morocco, we never learn about this.
Things are more laid back.
Well, I'm now always in the time, but when I'm in Marrakesh, I get crazy because nobody coming on the time. The clean, the spotless.
Yes.
Spotless of Switzerland is very important for me.
And it is beautiful. I mean, in that way, that was what hit me the first time I went there. It's just not just because of the snow, but it's just a clean country for sure.
Yes, yes. I didn't learn to ski in this 23. I tried many times with my kids. I try, but I fall down all the time, so I give up.
Well, thank you so much. It has been so amazing.
Thank you, Cindy.
Even though we want to stress more about Morocco, I do have to ask quickly, the area that you're from in Switzerland, and any must-dos if people go to that area.
Well, I live in Zug, Canton Zug. It's a city between Lucerne and Zurich. Zurich is the biggest city in Switzerland. Lucerne is beautiful tourist city that you must visit. And what you must do in this area is skiing and hiking. I just want to say to the new generation that they want to travel, to be courageous. Don't lose the time. If you have this feeling like I had it and I still have it to travel and discovering the other country and the other culture, just do it. Be courageous and go in touch with local people, not stay with international people. Go to the local people, ask them, learn from them. You can learn too many things that you cannot believe with the contact with local people. And of course, I mean, if you travel like me with 21 years and you decide to stay in the second country, and this country that you choose, learn the language. It's very important. Get in touch with local people, like I said before, and try to get all the positive things that you can have from the new culture without forgetting your old culture, where you come from.
I love that. That's so true. I like to talk a lot about we need roots, but we need wings. We need to remember where we come from, but we need to know that we can always go other places too. So
yes, and never give up. Never give up. Stand up and never give up. Look, the pandemic come to me 2 months after I opened, and that's make me special now in Marrakesh.
Yes, that's right. Exactly.
Just take the positive things for everything.
Definitely. Well, one more thing, the man that you bought it from,
Mr. Luciano, he's a lovely guy. I love this man. And that's why I keep the name. It's his name, Luciano. Is the first honor that he said the riad to my husband. And I love the Italian touch that he put at Riad Luciano. And I still have contact with him. He's very happy now to see, because when he bought this riad from family at Tadlawi, who is very old family in Morocco and very famous, it was not like that. And he renewed it. He renewed it and he put his touch Italian. But then he want to sell it because he was getting old. He cannot travel anymore every time from Italy. What is good for us that we could buy it, but I say from here, hi, Mr. Luciano. Thank you very much.
Well, I appreciate him too, because I had a wonderful stay there and would love to come back. So, and you're welcome anytime you come to the States to come to Nashville, Tennessee. So
Thank you very much. I love USA. I was already in Washington, in New York, in Philadelphia, in Delaware.
Nice.
I think that's all.
Like,
And you also, anytime you want to come to Switzerland, you are welcome.
oh, I would love
Not
that.
only Marrakesh, you can come to visit me also here in Switzerland.
Oh, that would be amazing. I'll take you up on that. All right. Well, you have a great day and thank you so much.
Thank you, Cindy. It was a pleasure to be with you.
Pleasure.